What's up everybody, TJ here, and this is the video game pickups for March 2019. A little bit of a mixed bag here, all modern stuff, nothing retro this time around again. I seem to be getting further and further away from getting more retro stuff simply because Saturn games are very hard to come by. I no longer am really looking for any Dreamcast games aside from some variants which are going to be difficult to find. And I've backed away from picking up Genesis games. So I'm more focusing on the newer games now, and of course trying to complete that Vita set. So starting off with, we're going to go into PlayStation 4. I picked up Fate Extella Link. I really enjoy these type of Fate games. I picked up the Umbral Star on Vita, and of course this game too is available on Vita but not in physical form, unless you import from Japan. So I ended up just getting the PS4 version. It's a Dynasty Warriors type beat 'em up game. Where you have you can choose from multiple different characters, all with different strengths and abilities, and you're basically clearing out different fields and either defending or just trying to take over different territories. It's one versus many. It is just a mindless button masher. It's kind of fun. The story I don't really care about too much, but the gameplay is really fun. This surprisingly also comes with a manual, which is actually really neat. The inside is really pretty. You actually have this wonderful little art on the inside. And this is also available on the Switch, which has the same art. And of course you have the Fate Extella Link manual. And it's pretty thick, and it's all in color too on top of it, which is really cool. You don't see that much. Marvelous Exceed has been doing a very good job with that. Next we got an Xbox game. Of course, Dead or Alive 6, I love my fighters. I'm having some fun with this. The story mode's kind of bland, but the game and mechanics and everything are actually really fun for a fighter. So I am really getting into that. Looking forward to some of the DLC. Along with that, GameStop had some extra steelbook cases. So we have Kasumi, I think that's Kasumi, or sorry, it looks like her, God, what's his name? I can't even remember. And then on the back you have the guy from Ninja Gaiden. So, I thought that was pretty cool. Nothing fancy on the inside, they just have a background from one of the stages, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'm actually going to use the steelbook, but they're kind of cool to have. And then I actually dusted off my Switch for the first time in probably 6 to 8 months. And I picked up one of my favorite graphic novels, Steins Gate Elite. This is the definitive version of Steins Gate. Same story as the original that I played on Vita. This is also available on the PlayStation 4. They do have different downloads. This has kind of an 8-bit adventure game that you can play as the different characters, whereas the PlayStation 4 has a download that gives you more background story on each individual character. The other added thing to this is that it has animated scenes from the actual anime. Yeah, you can watch the anime and it's basically the same story. There's a little more detail when you play the console versions, but it's very neat to kind of see the animation and the characters actually talking rather than just still pictures like you would see in the earlier games. And I have started this one, and it's still the same heart-wrenching story, unfortunately, but I hope to make it through this time. Along with that, of course, Limited Run had a pre-order for Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. One of the few Limited Run Switch games I'll probably be picking up. I missed out on this when they had it for the PS4, so I decided to snag it for the Switch. And then here's the collector card I got for it. And along with that, I also picked up a series of 4 collector cards sets. So we have a nice foil card here of Shantae. Then another one of her fighting one of the bosses. Yeah, there's always one of those somewhere. And then the cast. So, pretty cool stuff. I don't know why. I like collecting the cards. Unfortunately, I don't have anywhere to put them yet. Eventually, I'll maybe pick up one of their card portfolio. They got those little books or whatever that holds the cards. It's like $10 or something. Moving on to Vita. A very strange time. We're winding down. Nice America released their last 3 physical versions they're doing for the Vita. Probably their last Vita games that they're going to produce. Not the last Vita games. There's still a lot coming from Limited Run. We've got a couple of indie stuff coming out, and then of course Strictly Limited. And there's rumors Nicalis might be coming out with at least 2 Vita releases, but they've been pretty mum about that, and nobody really knows what's going on. So we have from NIS America, The Longest 5 Minutes, a RPG where the main character suddenly has amnesia and forgets everything, and you basically run through the game in 5 minutes to remember everything. Kind of a unique concept, very neat, but yeah, kind of worth checking out. Penny Punching Princess, a isometric, top-down, kind of beat-em-up RPG type game. It looks interesting, kind of cutesy with some over-the-top cartoony type stuff. Very unique. I haven't really seen something like that. And then, of course, NIS's last one, which is a collector's box. This one actually sold out really fast when it went up. This is The Last Child, another RPG dungeon crawler type game. Very strange. I'm not sure what the premise is. This comes with a soundtrack and an art book. So you have the game soundtrack and art book. It was fairly cheap. I think it was only like $40. Normally NIS's collector's editions are a little more expensive than that, but this one was fairly reasonable for what you get. So, and it comes in a little pretty box, and the back side is just some of the little creatures and monsters that you end up running into. Very bland. The sides are just more artwork that kind of expands around it. But yeah, so kudos to NIS for holding out that long. Another limited run release that I finally got was Neural Voider. I think this is a, I'm not sure if a twin stick shooter type thing, but yeah, futuristic twin stick shooter RPG. Kind of interesting. I'm not sure. They don't really give you much on the backside to go on, and I haven't really watched any game review on it, so I can't honestly tell much about it other than that. And then, of course, the collector card was just the front cover of that. And lastly, another last Vita release here. This is a PlayAsia exclusive, Stay. A very unique game that puts you in control of a character who is suddenly kidnapped. He's trapped in this dungeon, and the only way to communicate with him is through the PC that's there. A unique feature of this game, though, is the time continues. So basically, if you play for 5 minutes, an hour, or whatever, and you set your Vita down, the game continues on its own. So if you come back a week later, your poor character is probably going to be dead. So it's kind of different for that. It does have a thriller, horror type theme to it. And the whole basis is for you to help get this guy out of wherever he is. So I thought that was kind of cool. They have PlayAsia had a few more left in stock, so I decided to go ahead and snag it. I think this comes with a manual, certificate, and original soundtrack. And you know they're about $35 on PlayAsia, and then usually they have a discount, gets you $3 off or whatever. And shipping is normally free on their exclusives, which is really nice. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Some fairly decent stuff. So we'll see what next month holds, because there's probably going to be a whole bunch of interesting ones coming in then about that time too. Hopefully also have an update on the arcade machine. I'm getting really close. It is finally working. It's just now kind of tightening it up, making it look the way I want it to look, and give it that authentic appeal to it. So, but I have all the pieces. It's now just kind of fitting it together. But hopefully, maybe in a week or so, I'll maybe have that update, and we'll get a look at it. So, as always, I thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.